Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's project that we're going to be tackling is updating my fireplace. As you can see behind me, my fireplace is very well loved, especially when temperatures start to dip like they are right now in Michigan. I get the urge to start my fires, but I have been staring at this for the last couple months and it's kind of driving me crazy. So I need to update this thing, modernize it, make it look chic, kind of give it a new look. So that's what the plan is. Basically what I'm going to be doing is working from the inside out. So I'll be starting with the inside of the actual fireplace, and then I'll be moving on to the tile, which we'll get into what I'm going to do there at some point. But let's start here first. I've already done all the prep work that I need to do for the inside of the fireplace. I've cleared out all the ashes. I've swept them away, wiped it down, gave it a nice good cleaning, and I let it dry overnight. Now it's ready for the paint. So which paint do you use? You have to make sure that you're using paint that is designed specifically for high heat temperatures, that will withstand heat and will not bubble or buckle under the heat pressure. So I chose the Rutland brush-on paint. It can withstand up to 1200 degrees temperature. So that's basically what you need for this. It is a flat finish, which I really like. It'll give it a very nice chic look, and that's what we're gonna do. So again, I'm starting from the inside, working my way out. So right now I have my paint. I prefer using the foam rollers. I really like these. They're easy to work with. They get saturated really well, and they distribute really nicely. So I'm using this, and of course I have my gloves to protect my hands. So we're gonna get started. Essentially what this is doing is giving you a new look, a modernized look without a ton of money. Honestly, there's so many things that you can do yourself around the house that you can do for dollars. And if you put your mind to it, watch a few videos, I'm telling you, you can do it. This is a fact. That's how I started. So, got my paint. I'm gonna pour it in the plate and get started on my first coat. I'm back. I am finished with the first part of the process. So I gave the inside of the fireplace 2 coats of the high temperature paint. And I gotta say, I really am happy with the coverage. The color itself turned out beautiful. The finish is very nice. It looks clean, it looks chic. 2 coats did it for me. It covered nicely. None of that old color is popping through. So I think I'm done with that part of the process. Now, moving on to step 2. What I wanna do is paint my tile. I think what I'm gonna do is do it in white. So it will contrast nicely with the floor. It will pop, and it will almost look like an extension of the actual mantle. So that's where my head's at. What I'm gonna do first is prime it. After I prime it, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply pure white epoxy. So I'm gonna do that because when you apply the epoxy, the finish will be very shiny. It'll be very nice. It will almost appear like it's tile, that it's not painted. I have a feeling though I'm gonna love it. If I feel like it's too plain, I can always go back in and add some veining. I can do all kinds of things. Paint, the possibilities are endless with paint. So that is what we're gonna do. I've already cleaned it, so I'm gonna start priming the process. So priming the process, I did say that. I'm going to start the process of priming. So today I'm gonna be using the Kills All-Purpose Primer. This is great primer. I use it on everything. I use it on the furniture that I refinish. I've used it on tile. It's very universal. So I'm comfortable with this one. I'm gonna stick with what I'm comfortable with. So I'm gonna be using this one. nice. You just want a nice even coat of primer. Primer does not have to be perfect. You are still gonna see some of the underneath colors showing through. Primer is not a complete coverage process. It's just going to basically, it's gonna give my paint or epoxy, whichever direction I go in, it's gonna give it something to adhere to, especially tile. Tile is shiny and it's very glossy and smooth. So if you're applying paint or epoxy or anything over that finish, it's gonna have nothing to adhere to. So if it were wood, you would sand it and prime it. In this case, it's tile. You clean it, dry it, and prime it. So that will help the next process stick, literally. Again, completing the bottom part of my fireplace tile. I have
Sorry.
that's okay. I have another little one who wants to say hey.
Hi.
All right, and now we get back.
Subscribe to my mom's videos.
Subscribe to my mom's videos. God bless. Yes, please. So I will finish doing this and then I will come back and we can look it over and decide what we're gonna do with our next step, which would be step 3. The coat of primer is dry now and I really like the way it's looking. I like the white. I think it's a really nice pop of color. Even though it's white, it's a nice pop of color against my floors. If you can see, it's giving it a really nice contrast. So I'm really happy with my decision. So I'm going to be moving forward with completing it in the all white epoxy. So here's what I do. There's a million different ways to do this. So I have done this, so I have experience in it, so I can say with certainty that the Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy is amazing. So I have used this on my countertops, on my kitchen island, and I've also done my backsplash with it. And let me tell you, it is amazing. The coverage is beautiful. The finish is shiny. It looks like a piece of quartz or it looks like a piece of tile. It's absolutely beautiful. And what I really like about it is that it's very, very forgiving. So because I've used it before and I know what to expect, I am going to move forward and apply the epoxy. With this, I'm going to be using the foam roller because I just need to kind of work. I need to work fast and get it on there and see if one coat will do it. I'm thinking 2 coats, but we're gonna see how it goes and where it goes. So let's do this. So as you can see, it's giving really nice coverage with just one coat. I really love this stuff. I really, really love this stuff. So I'm really confident that it's gonna do exactly what I imagined. So I think it's gonna be amazing. I'm loving this already. I'm gonna go ahead and complete it and show you what it looks like when it's all done. This is where we're at. The first coat of epoxy has dried, and although it is fine, it's fine, honestly. I personally just want to do one more coat for that extra durability. I've done 2 coats of epoxy on all the other pieces in my home that I've used it on, and it just held up beautifully, has held up beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and do round 2, second coat of epoxy. Okay, I completed my second coat and it looks just perfect. And then I went a little further and went into my mantle and I love it. So I'm going to continue moving up with the epoxy, covering the whole front face of my mantle. It'll blend, it'll look fluid, it'll be beautiful. I'm so excited. So I just wanted to give you a little update on where I'm at, and I'll show you the finished product here shortly. So let me get back to it. So here it is. I end this video as I began it, sitting down in front of my fireplace. But this just shows you what paint and technique and a little bit of skill can do for you. What an amazing transformation this is. I took my fireplace and completely gave it a facelift. It is beautiful. It is clean. It is exactly what I envisioned. I am so happy with this. I hope you learned something along the way. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment. Please subscribe to my channel, and happy painting, everyone. Refurb it all. That's what I say.